Hey everyone, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's the 14th of September. Can't believe the month is halfway over already. I want to talk a little bit about the S&P 500. Before I get into any of it, of course, as you know, it's not financial advice and not your financial advisor. You are responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and I'm just giving my opinion on the market. So let's go ahead and pull ourselves here into the chart. Let's pull her up. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a little bit of work on this here. I'm going to make some changes to what I originally had for my count. But as we were talking last week, something finished. Something finished up here, and we were talking about that last week. You can feel free to go back and watch the video. We talked about that completing, an impulsive move, and obviously we're in the middle of a correction right now. How long is this correction going to last? It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. We were talking about September potentially being a pullback month. It's to be expected. It started right before Labor Day weekend. So what I've got here, basically, I've got a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 1, 2, and then we've got a steep 3, A, B, C here into the 4, and then we've got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete this A. All right, so far this looks good right here. What I'm considering changing here is this right here. So we've got this as an A. I'm going to move this to a lower degree because I think what we actually have going on here, we have an A, and then from right here we've got an A, and then a B, and this is going to be in a lower degree. And this C, I think, is actually right here, again, on a lower degree. So let's get this in here. All right, and that completes this B right here. So we've got 5, 3, and then we've got, you can do a shallow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can do a steep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One way or another, what this looks like right here, this last move down here, this looks pretty good for a wave 4. So we've got this here, and then we've got this right here. This looks like a nice bear flag. So this looks pretty good. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is take this, and I'm going to say that we've got, potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, steeper 3, 4, and then we've got this 5 down here. All right, this is again on a lower degree. Okay, I'm going to change the color so it matches the other guys. And this looks good for a 5, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It works its way down there quite nicely. I like the way that that actually ends, that move. But what is that? What is that? I think that's wave A. Okay, I think that's wave A. So from up here, right, so we've got an A, B, C here into the A. It's going to be on a higher degree. So let's go ahead and move this guy. Let's fix this, make it look better. So this guy right here, this is the C. This is the C of wave A. I think that completed that move there. All right, so now what we basically do at this point is we take our fib pull from the top of the move down to the bottom of the first wave of the correction. From there, we would expect us to go up to, maybe the 50, maybe the 618. It's kind of what I was expecting to see. So, from up here, we've got one move up, down, and we're working on finishing this to the A. I think we're probably going to make our way up to maybe 34, 40, somewhere in that range. We get up here to the 50. We're going to start to move down. Okay, so this is basically going to be the A, B, C. So let's put this in here as well. So this is going to be on, we're going to get the degrees right on this just so that we've got this. So we've got our, A, B, C into the A. And then from here, what we're going to have is we're going to have, from here, we've got an A, a B, and a C to complete this A, right, on a lower degree. All right, let's go ahead and change the color on that guy. So we've got A, B, C. To complete this A, we go down A, B, C into the B, and then we've got another impulse up to up to the top. I think we're probably going to get pretty strong rejection up here at 3480 to 3500. It's possible that we do overextend it just a little bit. I wouldn't surprise me one bit for us to get up there. Dude, Pajit, holy moly! I haven't seen you in, man, it feels like months, dude. We gotta talk. We got lots to talk about, my friend. Aha. All right. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, I feel so happy now that I saw my good friend. Um, all right. So yeah, A B working up here to get this C. And what I can see here, if we drill down into this, we're grinding up here. We're grinding up here, and unless we go down beyond 33.65. This red line right here, we've broken through that. That was our resistance, and we've broken through that. So now that should be support if we get that low, and I don't think that we will. I don't think that we will. I actually think we're probably going to push our way up and out of this channel, which I've got. I'm using green a lot. I'm going to change the color of this just for contrast purposes. This channel that we've been pushing ourselves down into, if we can't push ourselves up and out of here, we are going to see, probably lower prices down here into our buy zone, which we got pretty close. We didn't quite hit it yet though. But on Friday last week, I was talking about making some buys because it looked like we were going to be moving up and out. It worked. It worked really well. Um, so far this is looking pretty good. This is looking really good right now. It's looking nice. But what I'd like to see is a move up here to the 50, a rejection, test the upper of this channel, and then move ourselves up to the 618. Then we move down again to the same upper of this channel. It just keeps extending out, and this should be support. This should be support. Once we get up and over this, it should be support. Even though it's lower prices, it's a trend line, which should be support. Support, we move ourselves up to the 618, we come down here to support. Really the target for the completion of this correction, it should be about, I don't know, if you're looking at SPY, 323 to 325, 3230 to 3250 probably is where this correction is going to finish. And I'm looking at probably the end of September. So this whole month of September is going to be red, I think. But once we get into October, be ready because we're probably going to move up and out of here in a significant way. We're keeping an eye on this. We're looking at this 618. We're going to be coming down here. We're going to be targeting, this is this 236, negative 236 extension. This is going to be where we're going to be targeting to the downside. That's going to be basically where we're going to find critical support for a move up to, we've been talking about this as well, we're looking for a move up to like 39.50, 395 on SPY, 390, 395. I'd love to see that by November. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm aiming for, but we gotta finish grinding through this correction. Through this correction, you're gonna have plenty of, price movements to the downside. People are gonna say, "Oh my goodness, we're going down to 2,000." You're gonna have price movement to the upside. You're gonna have people talking about 4,000. Price move to the downside. It's just like psychology. It's a cycle. It's just a vicious cycle. It just continues. But ultimately, we're looking to buy anywhere inside of this green box. This is, it's your greatest opportunity to buy if you can get down inside that green box. You can get close to it. Like we had 2 tries down here, and on Friday I was saying, hey, we need to buy this, and here we are. We're up. We're pulling back right now, but ultimately we're up. I think we are going to make our way up to, 3,400 is going to be significant resistance, but I think if we can push that, we're going to get to 3,440. I think we'll probably get some resistance there. Pull back, move up to maybe 35. We're looking at 34.75, right? So that's what we're looking at right now. Then we can see a larger sell-off to get ourselves all the way down here to, 32.45, 32.50, somewhere in this vicinity. Then I think from there we move up in a significant way. So we're keeping a close eye on this. If you're not already familiar with what my count is on this, basically this is what we've got right now. So let me just get this guy. We'll do this, take it all the way back. Lots of garbage over here right now, but basically I've got a 1, 2, and then we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That move completed to complete the 3. We have a nice A, B, C to complete this 4 wave right here. So here's the C to complete this 4 wave because wave 3, I believe, wave 3 completed up here. Okay, we have a nice complex correction. Corrections don't happen that fast all the time. They can, right? This correction happened very fast. But I think that we've got a little more grinding to go through here to get us through the end of the month. So the end of September, I think, is when things pivot, start turning around, and we do make our way up to our ultimate target, our ultimate prize up here, which is going to be close to 4,000. Close to 4,000. And the time that it takes, we don't know. One thing that we can see is our trend has been, in kind of a channel throughout this entire duration. So if we take our fib channel on this, let me move to my other chart because it's going to be easier to see over here because I don't have as much in the way of drawings on here. But let's just talk about how this thing can make its way up that high. So we have a channel that we do have to keep an eye on. Right, we've been kind of working inside of this channel for a while, but let's go ahead and see how long it could possibly take for us to get up to 4K. So we go up like this. We stay inside of this channel, right? You've got 4,000 up here December, potentially. 390, you got 390 here November 11th. So if we stay in this channel, it's going to be, maybe even the end of November, the beginning of December before we see 4K. If we push up and over this, well, then we can easily see 4K, at the very beginning of October, right? I mean, this channel, obviously I just kind of drew it. It's very, it's very preliminary, just kind of watching some of these levels here. Maybe we pull this in just a little bit, but still we're looking at, we're looking at 4K about halfway through October. But right now, this correction doesn't look terrible. I'm not too concerned about it at the moment. If we start breaking down below some of these, this trend line down here, which we're looking at, kind of breaking a daily below 32.40, then we can talk about some issues. But right now, this does look constructive. We expect there to be resistance here because we, yeah, 5 watching and 1 like. It's okay. I do this for myself, and if I help out somebody else, then whatever. I'm not looking to be like the guy that's got like 30,000 viewers, but whatever. It is what it is. We broke through our all-time high back here, and we're kind of pushing up against some resistance right now. It's to be expected, but I do think that we ultimately do make our way up a little bit higher before we move down again, right? So once we get closer to that psychological number 4,000, then we can start talking about there being a pivot to the downside. But for right now, I see no reason to be extremely bearish. Yeah, we can have some pullbacks here and there. Options, people get too autistic over it. Just don't go too crazy on options, guys. Right now, especially with the way today has been, we've just been kind of just grinding. There really hasn't been, much in terms of options opportunity here. Obviously, yeah, if you would have, got some puts here and, had this little move to the downside, you could have made some money. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't see the fascination in just spending so much time trying to get into like a 2, 3, 400% options play. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's just not for me. It is what it is. So yeah, I'd be looking at equity. I wouldn't be looking at options right now. Yeah, quality is not quantity. I do not like posting a whole bunch, nor do I like talking for hours either. But anyway, I think that's about it for right now, though. I don't have too much more that I wanted to discuss. We talked about this guy over here. Let me pull him back into focus. We've been talking about this, and this I think is what we're working on right now. We're pulling back a little bit right now, but still, I'm looking for 3,400 to 3,440 to be some resistance. We do a little bit of a pullback. Ultimately, I want to see us get up and above this trend line, and then I'll feel pretty good about the positions that I'm currently in. All right, guys. Well, that's it for right now. It's been 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. If this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And of course, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, good night, and a good evening.